Hello, today is Tuesday, January 17th, 2012.
And welcome to Beyond the Rift.
Beyond the Rift with our docile tones.
Indeed.
Today I am half covered up by these guys right here for the moment because they are from IPL. They are two casters, Hat Person and Baron. There we go.
Hat Person and Baron Cast. Yeah.
Funny because I was joining the hoodie club and it was really hot in here, so I took my sleeves out. So, thank you guys for joining us.
Yes,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So
also our other guest today, who will be
joining us the most of the show,
Chu8 here,
the ever famous Chu8. Give a round of applause. Click, 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 click. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And as normal, we have Jester, Phantom, and Vaniel.
Yes, and we have Jester's prettier companion.
Yes. We have the boobs. Oh wait.
Way prettier.
Yeah, way prettier. Sorry,
there's no argument here, guys.
So,
all right.
I guess
so, guys.
You IPL guys are going to have to leave relatively soon, so we'll go ahead and just kind of get this stuff done. You guys are doing the Killing Spree series. I actually have a question. Is this going to be an indefinite running thing, or is it going to like end at some point?
We're gonna keep running it as long as they'll let us.
Okay.
You know, every week we'll keep going.
Good.
Right now we're planning. We have an idea of kind of what we're doing coming up, but we're basically planning on running it for as long as possible. We have signups. I'm not sure where the signups are. I'm sure if you go to
esports.ign.com.
esports.ign.com, I'm sure you can find it there. But if you have a team which you find is competitive, then you can sign up, and we'll be drawing from that kind of pool sum. So
hint, amateur teams, if you like to hit the big leagues.
Yeah,
this is your chance.
Sweet.
Hint. Would you like to get stomped?
Not necessarily true. Not always true.
We're not looking forward to setting up stompings, but so we'll see how we do it. But there's a lot of really competitive teams out there that wouldn't otherwise get into like a private 8-team invite tournament.
And we've been looking through all the signups through some familiar names, some brand new names. So probably a lot of people in 2000, 2100, 2200. There's a lot of untapped talent out there, which hopefully will give a chance to let the world see how good they do.
Yeah.
But basically, the format is it's $300 per match, and then if you go on a killing spree, you win 3 matches in a row. You start getting an extra $100, so $400 per match, and then you build up a bounty of 100. So, if someone then beats you, they collect your bounty as well as the $300. So we're just gonna go on for a while now, and it should be pretty good.
How long?
That's not.
I see your MLG and raise you an IGN here.
Hey, you sent us a jacket.
You didn't send me an IGN one, else I'd be wearing it.
Well, we could change that. We can change that.
Good. You have the power, AJ.
I have the power.
It's weather.
So I did have
to earn our good graces.
I gotta be careful though, because this is also the same mic we used in our first cast, and we kind of.
What?
I apologize for the first cast. I kind of poos for.
What are you talking about?
Daniel, shush.
What are you talking about, Daniel?
If you guys haven't seen the first cast, it's up at youtube.com/IPLLOL. You can also check things out at esports.com/IGN.
Esports.ign.com.
Esports.ign.com.
Nice. I actually watched the first 2 games. They were very good.
Yeah, they were.
It was fun.
Kind of back and forth.
And this next week is really intense. So that's this Thursday at 5 o'clock, I believe.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock Pacific.
So
did you guys?
Should be fun.
You guys have already recorded that game, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are the teams that are playing? Can you tell us that? It's gonna be.
It's Curse versus CLG.
Okay.
So pretty big matchup.
Yeah.
Kind of a lot on the line, everyone knows, with elements moving over to Curse and then Double Lift going over to CLG and some changes and whatnot. So some good intrigue, but it's a really just exciting, everything about it. It's just fantastic to watch.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
Good.
So how long in between the matches? So how long time-wise would it take for people to actually build up 3 wins?
Oh, well, it's once a week. So
Yeah.
once a week on Thursdays, so 3 weeks.
Math.
Yeah, once a week Thursdays. All right, cool. And they're all pre-recorded, so we are watching it live.
The good part that is about pre-recorded is that you don't have to wait for them to set it up. You don't have to wait for them to, do all these other things.
No downtime.
It's just,
someone's
bam, they go right in the picks and bans.
Or falls asleep or
we
something.
actually had someone where their, I think their tournament realm was like corrupted or something.
Yeah.
We were able to, skip that, so
out.
it was like a huge time waster at the beginning. But
Yeah.
I mean, you can take care of a lot of the things that cause us to start late.
Mm-hmm. And if you saw, I mean, it also allows us to add some nice production stuff that we're working towards, bringing towards live and just getting everything running smoothly.
Yep.
Awesome.
Post-game replays and things like that. So.
Awesome. Sounds great, guys.
So, are you guys enjoying it? Is the big question.
It's you know what.
I know that in the last game, you guys were very excited.
Yeah,
the one that's already out.
Yeah,
especially you, Baron. You were extremely excited.
Yeah, very excited is one way to put it.
You're an excitable man.
See, the best thing, it's kind of funny because we decided not to do webcams during the match, which is the right decision. We're watching the match. That's the match.
Right.
But there's at least one moment where AJ here, I've never cast a game with him before, and he just goes off the wall, and I just like. What is going on?
Oh my God,
like that's basically the face. I'm just
like, whoa!
I'm just imagining having that webcam, if it was actually up, and just me just absolute shock. So
here's what you guys got to do.
It was a lot of fun to do.
You need to take the webcam. Don't put it like in the stream or anything or what you're recording on, but just record it on something else. So that way, when you have moments like this, you can like cut it and in the blooper. You should put the bloopers reel at the end. Of the match.
This is our third week. I assure you, we have plenty of blooper footage already.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I bet it would be great.
In 2-3 months when we release the blooper reel of everything, I think I'm at least going to be front and center.
I'm going to I'll start staging some blooper stuff for myself just to,
yeah.
You're going to be left out of, you're just so
You can't compete with my first studio session.
I do, I feel so lonely.
Yeah.
You're too professional for the group.
Well, have you,
he's been wearing a button shirt and khakis every day.
Hey, I feel that. You
I
gotta
went
look
to
professional.
Colorado for a little bit to go skiing with the family, and I took some, videos of like myself skiing in a button-down shirt and khakis, just so I could show everyone.
Everyone else here is just in like jeans and t-shirt, except for this guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
So you're that guy that's from the 50s that still wears the,
we're
obviously
looking
the khakis.
to be, ESPN here, so.
Yeah, I'm all for you. That
Kind of.
I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Dress
professionalism, step it up. And also, when you dress a little nicer, you tend to act a
what
little
was
nicer.
that? Never mind. I'll drop it.
What do you got, Sean? What do you got? What is it? Share it with the whole class.
It's like, F you guys.
That's what you can say. It says Lindor.
Oh, that was the
Lindor balls of deliciousness.
Lindor truffle?
Yes, we love your chocolate balls.
Are they chocolate salty balls?
They're multi-flavored, sir.
All right, I'm taking over
They are.
because
They're
it's
good.
getting hot. Sorry, hoodie guys, but it's like 70 degrees out here right now.
Oh yeah,
in the south.
It's in the middle of winter.
It's
and
it's mid-January, and it's warm
balmy
enough I can be
70
outside
degrees.
in t-shirt and shorts.
Oh yeah,
It's
hard.
raining here. There's something wrong. I should be up to my ankles in snow by now.
It's actually raining here right now too, so we are raining of a pair. Anybody else raining?
We've had like
Chu,
the most
Phantom?
beautiful weather just walking around San Francisco. It's been awesome.
Oh well, that's
So
San
where do you
Francisco,
guys-
and you can go.
Yeah.
You guys
drown
moved to San Francisco.
somewhere.
Where did you
Yeah.
originally come
Yeah.
from before you went to San Francisco?
So I mean, I was in Connecticut. He was in Maryland, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are used to a lot of snow, and this is just like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
warm.
I was like, wait, you mean I get to move? I have a cool job, and I don't have to shovel?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
I actually like shoveling. Shoveling was a personal passion of mine.
What is wrong with
What
you?
is wrong with you?
Wait,
I got a
what?
ditch down
What?
here that needs to be dug.
When
Feel
you
free
say
to
a
come
personal
over.
passion, so you're like,
Do
dude,
you
that guy
also
over there
enjoy
didn't shovel.
taxes?
I am a snow connoisseur, if you will.
Oh, do tell. This I must hear.
Make 'em bigger. How do you become a snow connoisseur?
Yeah, how does one
What do
become
you
a
do
snow
with
Years of
connoisseur?
Do
dedication.
you build
It's,
something with the snow that you shovel?
By years of dedication, do you mean you're just like locked out of the house too many times?
Oh, that's happened plenty of times. Actually, that was one of the funny stories here.
Tell me about Buddy. Tell me about Buddy.
I locked out, my new roommate here, and
Who's also
his
our
girlfriend.
producer.
Yeah, who's producer. Here. His girlfriend was, visiting some, so he's locked out. His girlfriend's visiting. He's like trying to get in. I'm like, he's calling me trying to figure out a solution. I'm like, well, the patio door and the windows are unlocked. So if you figure out a way to get in them, so we're on the 3rd floor. It's right above us is the roof. So you have access to the roof. He climbs up onto the roof, and by kind of what we worked out, he jumps down from the roof onto the patio in order to break in. So
this is our fearless producer.
And the best is, like, we were like 6 hours without communication. So we get the call, hey James, it's been really nice working with you. I just wanted to say it's been a pleasure. If this doesn't work out, and then no communication for like 7 hours. No, hey guys, it worked out.
But no, it's fine though. We weren't worrying because we were busy. We were too busy playing Magic.
Yeah.
Way.
For about the first hour, I was like, do I call him, or is he going to be like mid-jump? And I call him, and he's like, oh, what's going on? My phone's ringing here, and it throws him off. Or whatever.
Nice.
Cool.
We just entered a new dimension of geekiness right now.
Yes, we did.
No. If you want to we actually drafted a game of Magic before we did this. We were in the cafeteria with PAX.
Wow. Sean's shaking it.
Everyone here plays Magic. Everyone here plays Magic. Everyone here plays LOL.
It's fun. I mean, this weekend, I hadn't played Magic in like 10 years. Played Magic all Friday night was a blast. Then Saturday, watched the football games and then just partying after the San Francisco win. All of San Francisco was crazy.
That's
going out to karaoke bar actually. So that was fun.
That sounds like quite the hard life you have there for yourselves.
Oh yeah.
So getting back to it, I wanted to ask you guys about SOPA and the other bill that's HIPAA. What the hell?
Well,
why can't they come up
right
with
off
these
the
names?
bat, no comment.
Do you guys worry about that jeopardizing your careers if something like that were to come out?
Do you worry about someone sending a message to your ISP and then you disappearing from the internet?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a pretty hot button thing, and
it is, isn't it?
Clearly, there's a lot of issues, but just no comment. I don't think we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Chu or Phantom, any of you guys have an opinion on the possibly shutting down the internet bill? Granted, it's been shelved right now, so the Obama administration has decided to shelve it.
Well, I think Congress decided to shelve it.
Yeah.
Because
either way,
their bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, I realize it's Congress's bill, but
yeah.
Anyway,
no, you want to know what? No, seriously, it's. Hold on, no, that whole SOPA thing was just stupid, though.
Yeah.
And they were just playing with fire because what's going to happen if they would have passed that. There would have been so many hackers just hacking into whatever site they could, into government websites just to screw with them.
Actually, I think that the problem would have been is that they would have turned all the hackers on them. Like, everybody that ever decided to try and hack, they'd be like, well, I'm screwed now anyway.
I just have to say real quick, thanks. It's been a pleasure to come on. I know it's real quick. We'd love to come on again in the future. We got a lot of stuff coming out, so it should be pretty exciting if you keep on checking back youtube.com/IPLLOL and esports.ign.com. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of the show, and I hope everything goes well. And check in on Killing Spree on Thursdays at 5 Pacific.
See you guys later.
See you later.
Thank you.
And the overlay will go dead in 2. Bam! There you go.
Oh yes, isn't that beautiful? Just here.
If I can just there we go.
I like mine. It accents my wife.
Yeah, it's there you go. Yeah. Well, hey. Well.
Yeah, I was just gonna put it back to basically where they were. So we were kind of discussing the.
Yeah, I think we scared them away.
Yeah, we did. Obviously.
Yeah, they're like, holy shit, we gotta go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, does anyone here need a do all you guys know all about that? Blank faces
and stuff like that,
all around, except for Jester's wife, who seems actually interested in the conversation.
Well,
all right.
I completely don't support SOPA. I mean,
well, yeah,
I wouldn't see why any gamer or anyone even on the internet would support it.
Yeah, that would pretty much be the end of
any streaming,
any
YouTube, anything like that. So it's pretty harsh.
Long live the overlay, indeed, yes. Indeed. So, all right, Chu8, how you doing this evening?
Yep. I'm good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from? What do you do, et cetera, et cetera. Give us the who is Chu8 lowdown.
I play games. I play games like
That's good.
League of Legends right
now.
I used to play.
I've heard good things about that.
Yeah.
Used to play Dota and Han professionally before coming to League.
Nice. I heard you.
And I was quite successful in both games at one point.
Very cool.
Cool. I'm just trying to get myself up there for League of Legends right now.
So the inevitable question is, how do you like League of Legends compared to Han and Dota? And we've heard that you've gone back and forth between them, and so give us your opinion on like all, I guess, 3 games between Han, Dota, and League.
Well, I don't really stick to one game.
Yeah.
Say. I mean, I'm not like, I don't stay one game and then just play the game over and over. I just move around and just play whatever I feel like at the time.
Yeah.
League of Legends is really fun game. That's for sure. I mean, it's the only. I mean, out of the 3 games, it's the only game that I could just keep on playing the same hero over and over, and that's because, it's just, there's just so much fun. With certain heroes, I could never do that for Dota or Han. Like the situations that happen, like you hitting skill shots, like different situations that can happen. Even with the same hero, it's just really fun. But at the same time, I don't really like the high-level LoL games. I really enjoy like high-level Dota or high-level Han games.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like a game where all 10 people know what to do. Where in League of Legends, I don't really find high-level games that interesting because of how passive it is, and how much people try to avoid team fights or whatever, and like the dragon control, the buff control, Baron, it's just not my style.
Interesting.
But other than that, I find the game really fun.
So Phantom, do you have a response to that at all?
I've only really played Dota 2. I haven't really played. I played Han somewhat, but not to anywhere close to the competitive scene of the high level, what Chu8's saying. So from Dota 2, it's sort of, I can see where you're saying that LoL is too passive. Dota 2 is more or less a person can go around and do what they want, won't be so fearful as far as getting ganked because there's so many exits, there's so many curves, and you can go through the trees and so on and so forth. So I think LoL fits to the community with being passive and slower, but it definitely is not interesting to watch a lot of times. So I like LoL in the sense of when it's not, I agree with you, when it's not really at the top ELO where everyone's just playing passive, and I like to be aggressive in my lane. I like to try and dominate the guy.
Oh yes, you do.
Beat him 1v1.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Dota 2, it's sort of like team fights all the time. It's just like all these massive spell effects and sounds. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
Interesting.
I think if if you can skip past like the first 15 minutes of a game, like a pro game or whatever, then it's then I think League of Legends is a lot funner to watch. But like the first 15 minutes, you're just like, oh my gosh, they're just trying to get their CS and just trying to farm and
So if anyone. Even Jester, because we just don't like him. He's not allowed to talk. If there was one thing you could try to fix, or you have any ideas as to how to make League a little more aggressive early game, any ideas?
Jester,
provide some help here.
Jester. All right.
Jester, this is targeted to you.
Phantom Lord.
Jester eating his food.
Need more incentives. You need more spectator incentive. Right now, it's just the meta is farm bottom, roaming jungles that they've kind of fixed because you can't use clairvoyance to really target them anymore. They've sped up the jungle, trying to get them out there more and more. But just this weekend, we had a 50-something minute game with 9 kills.
What?
That was it. 9 kills.
Now, I will say on that quick topic, Paul has started running Trundle Monday, and they had last week's hitch for the game was you could only play dash type champions or distance closures. By like 6 minutes, it was like 6 to 4, and by the time it was 25 minutes, it was 30 to 25. So It was there were some very good games. And
yeah, they were.
They're actually on our YouTube, which I've never.
Well, sure.
Played.
Play an ARAM, you get 60 kills in 20 minutes. Sure.
Right. So it's. Well, those were all distance calls. It wasn't just all random, all mid. I mean, it was a normal game, other than just everybody's playing, Ari and characters like that. So, do you think that if they made like Flash a staple, like everybody gets it every game, and then let them pick a third summoner spell, do you think the people would be a lot more aggressive if they knew that they had a chance to get out, even though the other person may have Flash too? It's still
take away Flash, we might be talking.
Well, if you take away Flash, you think they'd be even less aggressive because they don't even have that out. They'd have to get used to it first, I would say.
Take away Flash, and ganks become more higher percentile of success.
This is true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like in Han, just like in Dota. That's why Flash is coveted, and that's why it cost you 2,000 gold to pick it up.
But then you'd be so passive even more than you already are in the lane. I wouldn't even walk out past and try to get some poke because the jungler would just walk up behind me and just...
Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about is them, completely being too passive without Flash versus if you give everybody Flash, then, you feel a little more comfortable going out there because at least you have an attempt to escape, but hopefully they've already burned theirs. It would give one more thing.
I think the problem right now is at high-level play, there's too much punishment for a single mistake. In an entire game going on, as you said, like the first 15 minutes of Daniel was speaking about, they're just like farming. As soon as one person makes a mistake, there's either a tower or another objective that is taken from that as a result. In low-level play, it's not really that much punishment from someone making a mistake because people don't really react and they're not really together as a team. Whereas high-level play, you'll have all 5 people go and take Baron and might be leaving away each at like 2% HP, but they still got the objective. So that's just what I feel on that.
Awesome.
And that's just a part of the game.
Yeah.
Chu?
Yep.
Do you remember Heroes of No Earth, how when they introduced easy mode, it's just like the games had that, they had the very much of a curved leveling system that you get to level 6 much faster, and then all the gold was all amplified, and the games were like bam, 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 and nobody played them.
Right. Like the casual mode.
Yeah, casual mode. It wasn't competitive, but the games were at least fun. Like they were quicker. The leveling phase wasn't nearly as long. The items came a lot easier, and
Dominion?
people respawned a lot quicker, I think. So they just kept churning out a lot of kills.
Like Dominion?
Nobody ever played it though. Like
Dominion?
I've actually
keep saying Dominion.
I think I played it once in my life, so I can't really comment on that. But I don't think it's I think it's just for like learning the game, basically learning heroes, learning the game. I mean, it's a good mode for that, but for like just full length, just a full Han game or a full Dota game, I think that mode is just dumb.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like you make the phases a little too truncated, and people are like, well, whatever. You make them too long, and it's a boring spectator sport. But people will play it because it gives them more the chance to do their skill. Get those last hits, get those ganks, time their summoner spells correctly.
Yeah.
So where's the balance?
It lets people show off their skills.
The biggest problem is that the entire balance of the game is around the normal games, and when you play casual game with the same balance that was meant to be on the normal game, it's a chaos. Certain heroes are too imba, certain heroes are just useless, and that's pretty much what the casual mode is. You cannot play certain types of heroes, is from what I heard. And,
5 carry teams.
Yeah, the carry heroes are just absolutely dominant, and it just doesn't make up for like. I can't really find it fun, but I guess for some people, they find it fun. I guess it's a matter of preference.
Yeah.
Does that relate
and
to
if any of
Dominion at all? On how it relates to like Summoner's Rift or Dominion's more or less just team fighting, learning the champion right away, and how it can work in battle and come ahead and so on and so forth. Where Summoner's Rift is more or less the farming, the map control, positioning, all that.
In terms of flow, sure, but in terms of they changed the entire map and everything. But let's take that buff you have on Dominion and that passive gold gain, which is just ridiculously high, and apply it to Summoner's Rift. Would that make the games more spectator friendly? Probably. Would they increase the skill? No. Would they probably decrease the skill? People would complain to high heavens? Yes.
It's probably be like a 20-minute match.
Well,
every single time.
Is that the aim?
Eh.
Do you guys like hour-long farm fests, or do you like 20-minute kill fests?
I sort of do, because it involves 2 games in one. Where at the beginning it's single player. You're on your own. Yes, bottom lane, you do kind of have your partner, but when I'm playing mid, and Chu8 can relate to this, it's sort of your responsibility in the lane to what you're doing. Not really relying on the rest of your teammates. You do have some reliant on your jungler to come in and affect the lane, is if you're losing to level it out, or if you're getting a game to come ahead. But it's more or less there's a single player aspect of it, and then it changes completely to where it's all team-based. We're just going for those objectives and then trying to take the Baron.
But it's making sure everybody has the correct single-player setup, because if you don't get, your guy does horribly in lane, then suddenly you join into the team fight area, and then you're getting stomped on because he's, horribly under-leveled or fed too hard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very interesting way of looking at it. I didn't think like that before.
It makes the game variance, and I like how that is, because sometimes you'll have top lane be super crazy fed, and you're playing mid, and you're like, oh man, I'm winning my lane, but I'm gonna have to deal with this guy later.
Yeah.
So it just changes all the time, and I like that.
It makes you think. It gives a level of grand strategy over just regular. I gotta be the best, and we have to win the team fights.
Yeah. All right, guys. I have a caller here, Jose. Jose, you are on.
What is your questions? Holy shit. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my gosh. We are back. Maybe. Are we?
We are.
Yes.
Are we on stream?
Yes.
That is awesome. All right.
Damn it.
Jose, can you hear us?
He's not on yet.
He's not?
No.
Yeah, I can
yeah, okay.
Jose.
We have Jose back. Let me check, see if the stream is up.
It is. It says it is.
It says it's up. Can everybody see us on the stream?
Yeah, it's up.
Yep.
Okay,
all right,
good.
cool. All
we
right.
just had power flashing. It's not even raining that hard. What the fuck, weather? Or my power? Jesus. It's like we had the worst windstorm of I don't know, a few months. The worst windstorm 4 days ago or 5 days ago.
Yeah.
My power stayed on. The rest of the neighborhood was black. But we get a light rain and suddenly, poof. I saw the lights dim and then I facepalmed.
Yeah, it was
Stop
great.
using your wizard powers, okay?
All right, so Jose, what's up?
Please do go ahead now.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead. What is your question, sir?
Okay. My question.
No! No, sorry, the power lights flickered again. I'm going to be yelling randomly. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. My face when. My face.
All right, welcome back, guys. All right, so we have.
Power's flashing. What do you mean it's not flashing? It's only the computers in there? The power's flashing out here. All the lights are going. What?
Did you put them in that big
I
pen?
didn't do anything. Quit yelling at me.
Cool.
No, I didn't do anything with.
Put count.
Is the TV turned off? But none of the other lights are flashing? I didn't do anything. I'm getting yelled at by my wife here because I'm interrupting Teen Mom Time. And the only lights that are flashing are the televisions in our studio. I didn't break anything. Okay, she's gonna make the baby puke on my pillow. I can't wait to see the VOD for this. Holy shit, there's gonna be so many parts we're gonna have to put back together.
All right, so Jose.
So, back to normal things.
Jose, are you there?
Try to talk to me.
All
you
right.
should have given your son his keyboard.
Don't be shy now, Jose.
Yeah, don't be shy. Talk louder. Make it louder.
Cigarette.
Louder.
Nope, wrong one.
I'm trying streaming this.
All right.
Jesus.
Is it on the, is the stream back up? Somebody?
It says online to me.
Yes, no, maybe.
Nah, it
I
says
keep
online.
getting disconnected from QuakeNet.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry.
Okay.
Give me 5 minutes. Please.
5 minutes?
Okay, go.
All right,
go.
go.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Yeah, go.
Jeez. Really? I'm sorry.
I hear you, but I don't see you.
No, you don't. You won't
I don't know
either.
what's going on right now.
All right, go. Talk.
Jose, go.
Arr! What can we do for you, Jose?
Can he hear us?
No, I'm sorry. Here's my question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. The question is, I just started actually playing League of Legends,
All right.
and I just wanted to know your guys' suggestions on how to take for like people who are playing the first time. What should they go about in looking for a character and stuff like that?
That is a wonderful question for Jester, actually.
It is?
I'm like, I have a perfect answer, Chester.
All right, Phantom Lord. Phantom Lord, go.
One of these.
What I've noticed from before I even stepped into playing League of Legends, because I didn't like the MOBA scene when I first started, I actually was a first-person shooter back in the day, is try and match a champion to your playstyle. So going back to a popular game that everyone can sort of relate to that has played is Counter-Strike. I would always be the guy with the MP5 rushing in front, just going in, getting like 3-4 kills and then dying. I'm just by all balls deep, go in, and that's like what my Karthus play fits to my exactly. So it might be hard to find that because you got to play every champion at least once. But
Right.
try and watch streams and see where what people do with that champion, what potential they can use that champion to the best of its ability, and try and match it to your playstyle. If you're a passive, support player, play the support role. If you're a farmer or you just like to sit in your lane, play some music and not have to worry about anyone else, single player mode, go top lane.
Yeah, that'll do it.
If you like to be the person in team fights that just sit back and rolls out all the damage, go for the AD role. And then if you like to be the jungler, not have a pressured 1v1 versus someone, you can be the jungler or just roam around and then you choose to go where you want.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think
I'd say also, I mean, the stats and everything that you see in the champion screens, like it has a little difficulty bar there. Like, don't pay attention to it because there's some just don't use that to gauge what you'll like, because I mean there's characters that I found to be so much easier to use than others. Like Karthus, I love Karthus. I always have. I just love using him, but his difficulty is like super high, and I'm a better Karthus than I am, say, like I don't know, Annie, actually I'm pretty good at Annie, but who has like a low difficulty. So there's just don't pay attention to that. Just find out what you like Phantom said, and just play
to the best of your abilities.
You just got to you just got to play a bunch of different characters before you settle in on the type of role that you want to play too.
All right.
Well, the other thing I also wanted to ask about that too is when you finally chose your character, the one issue I always have is always trying to find the right item to go with that character. And that's where I kind of lose focus.
Build orders?
I like to play as Ashe constantly. It's kind of I like to be long range, and I like the supportive aspect. The problem is every time I get to the trying to pick the right item for that situation, I start just kind of choosing at random for some odd reason, and I have no clue why.
There's a lot of websites out there that will give you some great build order ideas.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. What
just
offhand?
just keep in mind, if you're playing an AD character and you're building like a Tear of the Goddess, or you're building like a Rod of Ages or Rylai's, you're doing it wrong.
Okay.
So I mean, with Ashe, I mean, pretty much with like her and Caitlyn, I pretty much get Infinity Edge, and Phantom Dancer, and then I just build more AD. I mean,
yeah.
Pretty soon at the end of the game, you know, if you get fed enough, you know, you're three-shotting tanks with your arrows because you're critting for, you know, 700 or 900 or whatever it is. So
don't forget though that you're just starting the game, so try and have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Unless you're really trying to hit a certain goal. I always try to, in the lessons that I give to people,
but
make
even
sure
still,
they understand what they're going for. Don't kid yourself. I know everyone wishes to be a top player, but it really takes a lot of effort and time and dedication to get to that. Just sort of understand what you're trying to do before you even start doing it, and then if something happens, then you kind of accept why. If you want to experiment with items, by all means, try it out. Just don't branch off too far, because there are items that, like AP items, not working with 80 items, 80 champions. Don't do stuff like that. Just sort of experiment. But as we said, follow the guides on like Solo Mid or CLG's websites, and just to get a reference to follow.
MOBA Fire, CLG, all that stuff. All right. Well, thank you for calling, sir, Solomon, and thanks for watching. All right. Thank you. All right. Chu8. Chu8.
Yeah. So, as a very experienced player yourself, what kind of newbie advice would you give to somebody that's just starting League of Legends?
Sorry, my ventrilo is bothering me. I turned it off. An advice to a newbie?
Yeah, somebody starting League of Legends.
Just starting League of Legends and have no Dota experience?
Yeah. Do the no Dota experience and then do some
Dota experience.
You know, if they play Dota or Han and they want to move.
Well, if there's a newbie that has never played any MOBA games and you're just getting into League of Legends, then just play the game. Play the game over and over. See if you like it. If you like it, you stay. I mean, simple as that. But if you play Dota and you're coming to League of Legends, then I have a different advice.
Good.
Yes, I like it.
What would that be?
So, I'm on the edge of my chair, sir.
So if you play Dota, then you're probably a pretty competitive person, just in nature, like in personality. So you when you play League of Legends, then you're probably gonna want to get really good. So I really recommend watching streams of high-level players. That I feel that you learn a lot, especially like some of the players that stream, like some people that actually talks a lot, like the odd one, even though a lot of stuff that he says are like just shit talking, but it's still shit talking and raging. It's still really fun, entertaining, and at the same time, you learn a lot. Like if you want to play a certain hero, and you know one of the streamers is just happen to be playing that hero, you really should watch that and just try to like imitate what they're doing. Just try to like read into their mind, or okay, that's too much. Just like try to understand their thought process just by little, and you know you can become a better player just by watching streams and not even playing. It's a similar experience. That's what I feel like.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, well, we're going to take our next call here real quick, and then we'll get on to like the patch notes and the new champion and stuff like that. So if you're waiting for that, stay tuned for a few more minutes.
All right, Michael, you are on the air with Chu8, Phantom Lord, Jester,
and everybody else,
and me. What can we do for you?
Michael, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
All right, what is your question, sir?
Okay, I have two questions for Chu8. But first off, I'd like to say I'm a Monster fan, and I'm trying really hard not to pull an Athene 11-year-old nerdgasm here.
It's all right. We won't hold it against you.
The first question is about Maokai. For those who don't know, Chu8 hit like #1 last season, playing mostly Maokai. And I saw on stream you were saying that you don't play Maokai as much in Season 2 because a lot of the commonly played mid champions counter Maokai. If you could go a little bit more in depth about those specific champions, that'd be great, because I'm not sure which ones you were talking about.
Sure, let me just pull out the champion page. Look at these champions. Okay, so like the common champions that you see in middle right now that have been added, like Ari, super imba, just takes a dump on every single hero middle. Xerath, I feel like is a really strong counter to Maokai. Cassiopeia, we start to see him a lot more. I think we see Cass a lot more than in Season 1. And she's a really annoying champion to go against as a Maokai. And what else? Morgana is pretty easy, but Rise also does shit ton of damage in terms of like harass, and he can even kill you if you don't play safely. So basically, those champions are the ones that forces you to play safely, and it really delays your items, and that is not a good thing for Maokai middle. And that's why I feel that Maokai is not really good anymore.
Okay, great.
So like champions that 1 to 6 sort of dominate early on with poke beat Maokai.
Sorry, what was that?
Champions like early on from 1 to 6 that have a lot of poke beat Maokai.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, it's not that they beat you, but
it's a very
you're not gonna have like a really any kind of early advantage. I mean, the reason why I was so successful with Maokai is that you have insane nuking. You have insane burst damage from like level 4, 5, 6. But against those heroes, you never get to use that advantage. You never get to use that strength of Maokai into practice, because even if you go in, you're probably not gonna get a kill and you're gonna die, and that's just not a good thing, because you're gonna make a lot of trades that are not favorable to you. You're gonna be at low HP, like not low HP, but it'll be tough to keep yourself at full HP without losing a lot of CS, and that really translates into you missing out on opportunities to kill them, and that really limits Maokai in terms of how he can like dominate the game by himself.
All right, cool, awesome.
Okay, great.
You had a second question?
Yeah, the second question.
I also have one more question for Chu8, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. It's a similar question that I asked to Cruiser the Bruiser last week, which big props to Phantom for bringing him in last minute, because that was a great addition. But the question for Chu8 is, I noticed you have PKR and Poker Stars in your desktop. I was curious, what games do you play in poker?
I play No Limit Hold'em. I actually played. I tried to play professionally. I actually studied poker for like a year.
Interesting.
And I did a lot of grinding on low to mid stakes. So I do have pretty good experience. I normally play on PKR because it's really soft, and it's I couldn't stand on playing on others. Like, it's just way too boring. But on PKR you get to have some kind of fun with emotes and all that.
Cool.
That's great. Great. Thanks for the answers, Chu.
Yeah. Thank you for calling, sir.
Dude.
Have a good night.
So, now that we've done with that, on to the patch notes. Has anybody read the patch notes? Who's done?
I'll stay for the patch notes.
All right.
Okay. Well, I want to warn the fans real quick. Vaniel's going to be having to dip out here soon. He's feeling really sick. So
I don't know what it is. I swear they poisoned me at Macaroni Grill. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
That seems reasonable to me.
It makes me regret giving her such a nice tip. I mean, she was slow and everything, and I was like, well, I won't be a jerk. I'll just give her the money, right? Now I'm feeling like this, and I wish I wouldn't have never given her any tip.
Bad tomato, no tip. Oh, that's a long one. Only my. Anyway,
it was horrible. Anyways, I got the new skins. The 2 new skins, of course.
What do you think of them?
I haven't looked at them yet, to be honest. There's probably like 15 skins that I own that I've never even seen in game. So
that bad, Phantom Lord?
I always look at if the. I guess it's a trend. I like to play the champions as soon as they're released in stream. Yeah. And this morning I looked up the skins and it just they just didn't seem like they were really worth the buy. You have skins like that new Viger one. His wall is like custom. There's so many things about it like custom. It makes them look awesome.
I do like that one.
There's nothing with these champion skins that make her look cool. It's just like a few different colors here and there.
Oh, those kind.
Worth purchasing.
Like Riot Girl Tristana, where it's just pink instead of normal colors.
Yeah.
Where you're like, glad I didn't buy this.
So, Jester, you look like you want to add something to that.
Nope.
No. You're just staring into the camera whimsically. All right.
Dude, so, Phantom, I was going to ask you, what do you think of the new Jax? Like, to me, like, on paper, he looks like he's way, way, way more powerful, but at the same time, like, I have to weigh his old passive against the remake, so what do you think? Like, do you think he's... I mean, I look at Empower, and I'm like, wow, they're giving it a higher ability power ratio. They're upping the damage. They're reducing the cooldown. What do you think?
To start, this is my opinion based off just seeing him for a few hours.
Yeah.
I'll make a more definitive answer later on when I've seen him play throughout the weeks and done different counter-ups with top players, like seeing Dyrus play him or so on and so forth. But as of right now, it seems like he's not as worthless early on, but he's not as steamroll endgame. He's more or less a fine-tuned champion that can do sort of well early on. But I really don't know. He doesn't feel too weak, and he doesn't feel OP. I think it's a nice leveled out change for him.
Do you think that he'll be played in high elo, or do you think he will pretty much just fill that little niche every once in a while when another team wants to troll, or accidentally not being able to change in time?
Could be. He's always been a pick to just sort of farm for late game. As I said, his early game has been really poor. With the previous patch, he had to wait for that stun proc to really be able to do any kind of combo and get off a kill. But in highly LO, as I said, I'll see something in the next few weeks to determine where he's going to be at. But I don't think he's going to be OP. I think he's just going to be a regular pick, or if someone is really, really good with him, like Dyrus, then yeah, they'll pick him and they'll poke around with him. And if I see the new Jax, I'm not going to know exactly what to do the first few days playing against him. So after a while, everyone sort of learns what he's capable of, and then we just deal with it with counter picks and avoiding him in team fights or so on and so forth.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, after 2 patches with really not any nerfs or buffs or balancing things, that there was so much. Like the Rammus and Riven and Graves all getting nerfed, and
Vayne seemed to get nerfed too.
Really good.
Yeah, no, they were needed. They were really needed, but Vlad sort of got a little bit of love too. But I don't know. Like I'm happy that they sort of gave Vlad a little bit of a buff. He won't be used at all still, but
oh god, no. Yes, he will be. He's really strong right now. He's really strong. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Give us your
give it to us.
I'll just sort of give my gist down because I stayed up for like a good couple hours and played through and saw the new changes. Because we're on the topic of Vlad, I do feel he's back in the top tier list as far as AP mid champs. As far as top lane, he can do well up there as well. But he's not as worthless. Early game, he's still kind of poor. So, like Maokai with Chu8's example, early champs that have poke and are able to harass and distance you away from getting your CS will still dominate the lane. Of course, there's always going to be counter picks, but he's really strong. Looking through the changes right now, the Tides of Blood health cost ramp up reduced to 25% from 50%. That's really strong. There's not that much punishment now for having to use that as an escape method, or even as a slow in a team fight, just to keep that person there for your ally to get some more damage on. The 3 or 4 times I've played him, I've done so well, and I'm afraid to see like people Chouster or just strong with Vladimir wreck face in solo queue. He's one of the best Vlad players I know of, and I'm scared. If I'm going to be first pick, I'm going to be banning him these first couple days, because I'm just afraid to go against him in lane. Unless I'm playing Karthus, then.
Tides of Blood is a Z, though, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't Tides of Blood a Z?
Tides of Blood? Yeah.
Okay.
God, Tides of Blood was a Warcraft 3 map.
Yes.
Yeah, so I related that to his pool. But yeah, the Tides of Blood was used for his damage abilities.
Yeah, it wasn't me this time that got a skill wrong.
I keep swapping that. I did that the first time when I spoke about it on my stream.
Now you'll remember.
But all the other changes out there, like the Ari tweak, that was needed. She's really strong. The Dr. Mundo being brought back. I've seen him be played several times. He's nowhere close to OP, just because his skill set isn't really that strong. Ignite is just the counter for him, and anyone can get Ignite. But it's nice to see him not being completely crap and being played again. Fizz getting a little bit of a tweak, but just being the same. Graves getting nerfed. That's much needed because Graves has always been sort of the top for the AD picks bottom lane.
Yeah.
Jarvan getting a little bit of a buff. Yeah, a little bit of a buff, not too big. Nunu getting a buff. Oh, that's scary. I hate Nunu junglers because they just come into your lane, slow you, and you can't do anything. But Nunu is always a great champion to see for the viewers because of his ult in the bush strategy where you just get destroyed. That's always fun to see.
Yeah.
The Rammus nerf, that was much needed. Rammus has always been a POS jungler because if he gets up to you in lane, you're done. If you don't have flash up, you're done. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
What about Tryndamere and Skarner got buffed too? It's like they took all these like really powerful junglers and just nerfed them a bit.
Buffed or nerfed?
Nerfed a bit.
Yeah, Tryndamere got nerfed even more. I don't think he did that.
He deserved it.
Yeah.
He's being a joke.
Even the top Tryndamere players, I mean, he's a face roll endgame champ, but you have to work towards that. And out of the games that I saw, he was never like an immediate pick. Oh my god, we need to get Tryndamere. So I mean, maybe for the lower ELOs when people don't really understand that he's just sort of snowballing and you need to stop him.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and dominates. But at the top elo, no, he was never really a problem. Skarner D nerfed, hell yes. That guy is so strong in team fight, just getting a flash in and ulting your carry, your AD, your AP carry, and then making a 4v5. It's just so brutal. He needed that little bit of a nerf. The Riven nerf too, that was much needed. She's always been a strong top player. Shaco getting a little bit of a minor nerf.
Yeah,
that's good.
Cut down his box
Always
or something.
scared of Shaco.
Is that gonna really hurt his jungling too?
Shaco? No, it's just his Jack in the Box duration is lowered, so he just doesn't have any like free wards. Just to pop around the map, to counter jungle the enemy jungler and see where he's going, and then just be able to be there to snipe the buff and so on and so forth. Vayne got nerfed as well. That wasn't needed. I'm interested to see double discipline on Vayne after last week.
Yeah.
I played the worst game with the Shaco yesterday. He was going AD Shaco and he was stacking Jack in the Boxes. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, he goes, because I can. I'm like, all right, carry on.
That's mainly what the nerf on Shaco is probably targeted towards, the Jack in the Box stacking for AP. It's so strong.
Right. I mean, this guy was AD though, and he was stacking. I'm like, why? All right.
So, Chu, what patch is affecting you the most? Or what, nerf, buff, whatever. What do you think is the most important thing in the patches right now? The current patch. There we go.
For me?
Yeah, for you. Like,
for you, sir,
what makes the biggest difference towards you in what's just happened in today's patch? Or last night's patch?
Well, I think everything affects me because I'm going to be waiting against all of them. But, wait, hold on. Let me pull that up.
Have you looked over the patch notes yet?
Yeah, I did.
But it's the sudden spotlight makes you forget everything?
Yep. That's all right.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it before you asked me the question, but then you asked me the question, and I...
How do you spell wife?
With. That's how you spell wife. So, yeah, we are not on IRC right now, me and Revel, because I have apparently been banned because I power flashed too many times and I tried to join too many times with too many clones. So,
and so we're going to give you some random factoids
while he looks that up.
Did you know banned at a chat?
We got banned from IRC, yeah. It's giving me G-lined. So,
there can't be 8 of you.
But did you know that 5% of Taiwan's population plays League of Legends?
Yep.
1 in 20 people in League of 1 in 20 people in Taiwan play League of Legends.
Yep, comes out to around 1.1 million people. Ish.
That's that SCA scene.
Yeah, I know.
Chu8, are you commenting on that fact, or are you commenting on the patch notes?
I'm commenting on the fact.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, it's 5%.
Dude, I'm kind of excited about Ionic Spark being in Summoner's Rift, though. That was like my favorite item in Dominion.
I haven't even tried that out yet.
Oh my gosh,
to see it.
I knew I was coming.
It's just, I mean, I just laugh whenever I get that item, especially with like TF. I'm like, oh, this is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I love it though.
All right.
So, Chu8, do you have an answer yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's obviously a lot of changes in this patch. For me, like none of the changes really affect me personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even like the heroes like Ari that I play every day, it's the nerf is just not that big, especially like in a environment where the jungler is always gonna give you the blue. I mean, it doesn't affect you that much, but I think the Jax remake is kind of interesting, because I saw this one Jax in my game that was doing so much damage with 2 Doran blades, and I just found it ridiculous. So I'm interested to see what the new Jax can do. And the Vladimir change, I think that's gonna make me want to play Vladimir.
The hell
I'm
happened
gonna
to
try
Vladimir?
playing Vladimir. Well, what's going on with that guy?
He probably is leaving now because he's feeling
We went
really
all
sick.
28 days later on us.
Blair Witch Project right here.
No, like we
Sorry,
said, Vanuel's feeling really sick. He was going to try and stay through the patch notes, but he apparently is getting attacked with the sickness.
Yeah.
So I just told him to just turn his camera and mute his microphone, just so we don't have to. He doesn't have to be seen on stream going, "Oh, I feel like shit." So, thanks, Vanuel, for joining us. He left me the codes for
RP that we're giving
so
away.
don't worry if you would like to. Anyway, continue on, Chu. Sorry, that whole thing happened.
Yeah. About Vladimir, I think I'm gonna start playing that hero. It looks pretty good now.
Awesome.
And
yeah.
I think Volibear is like could be a sleeper OP. I mean, he seems to be pretty good before, and now I think he's just really good. We'll see.
Yeah. I always have fun with delicious Volibear.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Every single Volibear that I see on my games, they just seem to dominate. They just roll faces, and they just don't give a fuck. They just go in and do so much damage.
No fucks were given.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's the truth. All right. So
now on the patch notes, what do you guys think about the new champion? Opinions. Give them to me. Jester, you go first. Have you played him or looked at her? Sorry, much.
No, I haven't. I mean, I worked and then we were watching a movie and then I'm doing this, so I haven't gotten a chance. I'm also been just fighting all day with these goddamn MP4 files that do not want to work.
What?
That's been really frustrating. No, I haven't had a chance to play League today, but I don't know. People seem okay with it. So. I have to take a much deeper look at it tomorrow. So.
Cool.
Yeah. R.I.P. Dodge.
Chu, what do you think about the new Sejuani?
New champion.
Oh, I think she's really cool. I've seen it once.
Mm-hmm.
She's really cool. She has really good potential for like competitive games.
Mm-hmm.
So,
interesting.
Keen to watch for that.
So we were discussing in chat today that we can actually make an entire
That would be really fun
Could you
to
have
play.
Ash, Sejuani, Anivia,
Volibear's kind of frosty.
Does Volibear count? He's white.
No.
He's frost white. He's a bear, and he should be in snow.
Yeah.
There's somebody else that I'm missing. Who else is
Frostfire Annie.
Maybe. That could work.
There you go.
Cannon with a snow skin?
No, there's a specific.
Still lightning.
What are we talking about?
Kaylin?
If we were making an entire frost team.
I tweeted all that already.
Oh well then.
Just
sorry.
enlighten
Well
us.
done.
Can you please inform us then?
Yeah.
What would the lineup be?
Well, who are you missing?
I don't know. I'm missing them.
You got Olaf. You got Frostfire Annie.
Frostfire.
You got Brand when he's cold.
Oh yeah.
And Nivea?
Yeah, Nivea.
You got Anivia.
She's a friggin'
Okay,
fire.
so we would have Sejuani, Ash.
You
I
have
thought it
a
was
full
more
team.
focused. I thought it was focused on slows though, not just the blue effects and the ice effects.
Anything that casts frost. Should
Yeah,
be
something frosty. Stay frosty.
The snowman.
Anyway,
Yeah, I wanted to do a frost versus fire, and I wanted someone to send me the replay so I could cast it.
So that
This
way,
is one.
as Kumite would say, they all turn into a puddle. Not so funny when he doesn't say it.
No,
But so, Phantom, what do
not
you
so
think
much.
of? What do you think of
Sejuani?
Sejuani. She seems
I
like
played
really cool
her
girl.
as soon as I could. My first game, I sort of got a steamroll because I didn't really know what the hell I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Seems
then
reasonable.
I played her again afterwards, and then I played Vladimir. And in the second game that I played her, there was another one that I saw. So out of 4 times, I saw different variances of how she was played and how she was performed. She feels like a stun bot. Her stunning and slowing ability is extremely strong for team fights.
Yeah,
just,
any stuns are.
stunning the entire team.
Well.
And it's a distance AOE stun, so it's not like in a Mumu where he needs to, woggle up to you and then stun you. She can do it from a distance, and it hits the players behind her, the nearby enemies. Sorry, but that's it. She just feels like she can't really output that much damage. She's more or less a CC bot.
Interesting.
Her ganks are really strong, but that's it. I think she just feels weak as far as her damage output. She does have her Q as far as a distance closer and an escape. She can go over walls with it, which is really nice. That makes her fun to play. As I said, I don't really like her skins and the champion's emotes and just how her animations and skin looks. It's good. It's not anything crazy impressive. So overall, I'd say I like her, but I don't feel as it's an OP pick. It's just more or less like it could be a Dominion pick or something like that.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Champion thrown in the game, like Shyvana and what's the Leona kind of smashed together.
That was actually a question Kumite has. Says, who is better, Leona or Sejuani, in their tank ability, CC, and damage?
Tank ability and CC? Honestly, it could probably be the same.
Chu, do you have an opinion?
The Leona does have her shield, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Leona excels as far as the support CC role, and Sejuani does excel as far as the jungle, because Leona can't really jungle. Sejuani has her W for the sort of the sustained damage and is good on ganks. Leona could probably do good on ganks too, but she doesn't have that distance closer unless it's targeted towards an enemy champion. She has to land that. So Sejuani can get into the position she wants to beforehand and then get her ultimate and full combo off. So they both just are better in their own roles.
Interesting. We actually
we've had a caller on.
We
hold
have
for a
a
while.
caller on. It is Mike. So go ahead and say hello, Mike. You are on the air. Maybe,
Mr.
maybe
Mike.
not.
Dun,
Mikey.
All right. Mike the Monkey.
Did you unmute?
Nope. Yeah, he's good. You should be able to hear us. Nothing. All right.
Well then, the success with the fail.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not.
All right, that was really good. Oh,
that was
right,
a great question.
All
great
right.
question, guys.
Thanks.
All right, so we're gonna pretend that he asked Jester, "What's up with esports?"
Yeah, what do we got going on in Kiev soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiev this week. Daniel Z. Klein has been twittering that he will be there. And he was actually practicing his casting on the weekend. It was great. He joined a game. I think it was AAA versus, I can't remember, Moscow 5.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, they kick him and start. It was funny.
Oh.
Yeah, he had like 150 people watching him as he just gets destroyed. Oh, well, that's all right. So he'll be there, probably Joe Miller and Devan, and all the other teams are on their 14-hour flights out.
Ouch.
Kind of hurtful. Yeah, 14 hours in a plane with a screaming baby. Sorry, I meant Hot Shot. Yeah. Let's see. IPL doing the killing spree this week, and I did the Edmonton LAN with Uni over the weekend with Overclock Gaming.
Yeah,
18 hours of casting. Kind of hurts your voice after a while.
Yeah.
It
was very good though.
We did 10. You needed 12 hours on Saturday, and the last game, he was like asleep. I swear to God. Very happy I had control of the camera, but he would just yawn through team fights, and he'd be like, and yeah, like, dude, man up. And then he would just get right back into it for minutes, and then he'd not off again. That was fun. All the VODs are going up right now, 1080p on my YouTube. So
nice.
I got 6 more to post tomorrow. 80 gigs of files to post. 1080p is not cheap, man. I'll tell you that. Other than that, I don't know. I saw Phantom doing some shoutcasting last night.
Yeah.
Really? How did that go?
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Doing Dominion co-shoutcasting. For one, I've never shoutcasted a Dominion match in my life, and two, I've never co-shoutcasted, so I've never had to like pause and like, okay, you talk.
Yeah.
And then try to interrupt to get my say, and if it's like, it's my turn to speak.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, but it was very fun to do. Dominion, it's hard to shoutcast. Jester, have you ever shoutcasted a Dominion match?
Yeah, he has. You did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
I did.
Yeah.
That's why they flew me out to freaking Devastation. That's why I had to meet you.
Yeah.
That you guys ditched us.
Yeah, that's when we had the pedo bear.
Yeah. That was the pedo bear.
Yeah. He wins the Han tournament and then goes out to a casino and ditches the LOL tournament.
That doesn't sound so bad.
We're like, well, I guess I'm not showing up.
Well, casino, more money.
Proud it is.
And we have a caller on, James. He is going to talk about casinos. All right, James, you are on.
I don't know about casinos, but I play a jungler, and I'm wondering what you guys think about junglers just staying in the jungle and farming.
Versus going out to gank? Or like...
Yeah, versus going out to gank at like level 4 when they have double buff.
Okay, so...
Like playing a more farm-centered jungle.
Meaning like you would think, would they be better off if they didn't attempt it? Or they should just stay in the farm until what level, that kind of
like certain junglers, like Chu8, he can just stay in the jungle and just farm all day.
Yeah.
Until he's like unstoppable and unkillable. Like, what do you think about junglers like that?
Gentlemen.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your question, gentlemen.
I've always, in my lessons, I always try to make it really clear that League of Legends is a game about advantages and disadvantages.
Mm-hmm.
Every little advantage you provide to your team helps in claiming the objectives, which in turn gives you more of an advantage to then thus achieve your goal of killing the Nexus and winning the game.
Yeah.
So for the junglers that stay in the jungle, you're taking a risk. Now, risks usually to have a high reward if they are executed correctly, but if you don't, you're going to fall behind because, again, you're kind of going heads up against someone, the enemy jungler, and if the lanes are, it's sort of a situational thing what you're talking about. If the lanes are fine, if most of the lane, top, bottom, mid, are all even, no one's really losing, no one's really winning, that's fine. You can do that.
Right.
But as soon as the enemy jungler comes in and like ganks that lane, and they'll say that lane does die,
right,
it's sort of your responsibility to go back and help level that lane back, so you return a gank and get that gold to the enemy player. Whenever I play junglers, I try and let that person in the lane get the kill, because then they'll get the extra gold to then thus win the lane and get the advantage of the tower gold, which will in turn help you out and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if that enemy jungler goes and ganks and you don't, you're doing something wrong. But again, if the lanes are even and there's no reason to, you can farm. So say if you're a Warwick and you're going for 6, that's understood because you can't really gank until you're 6. If you keep farming, then you'll be stronger later on, so that when you do gank, when you do show yourself on the map and have presence, you're going to be really strong to change those team fights and make your team thus have the advantage. That's my take on that.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Thank you.
All right,
no
thank you,
problem.
Man. All right.
No problem.
We have another caller. We have Mike back this time. We're going to see if we can give this a try. Mr. Mike, are you there?
Are you there, sir?
I hope so.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
All right, welcome back. You are on live with Chu8.
I think we know.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, where am I?
We're going to be running short on time here, so we're going to have to wrap this up soon.
Oh, yes, time.
So let him
All right,
talk.
what's your question, sir?
Okay, my question was mainly addressed to Chu8, but it could also be answered by Phantom Lord as well.
But not.
But basically, sorry if this has been asked before, but a lot on Reddit, one of the questions was, Chu8 tends to play a lot of like skill shot and unpopular or like less popular champions like Lux and stuff like that. And basically the question was, do you think, given that you're extremely pro at this champion, like you played a lot, do you think that you can do better than that champion than say easier champions or better champions like Kennen is considered really strong? Like that was basically.
That's a really good question. Yeah, I do enjoy playing those, underpowered, underused heroes like Lux. Lux is definitely outclassed by a hero like say Ahri, which I also play, and basically your question is, if I play Lux say flawlessly, and would that be better than say like an average Ahri?
Yeah.
That somewhat, yes, somewhat, but still, like I consider Ahri like an OP champion.
Yeah.
I think an average Ahri is still better than like a just flawlessly, just perfectly played Lux.
Interesting.
But I mean, you gotta look at it from your own perspective. I mean, I personally like to play Lux, just so that I hit my laser and just go pew pew, and that's a really just a good feeling when you snipe somebody with your ultimate. Ahri has a lot of skill shots too, like a lot of things that are fun to me because there's not many skill shots from where I came from, like Dota heroes, Han heroes. They don't have that many skill shot skills. And also like the heroes like Rise that are just cookie cutting, just really strong heroes. Those are still gonna be stronger than Lux, even if you play them really well. But it's just that if you want to play like underpowered champions like Lux, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know which kind of comps, which kind of heroes that you can actually run that. Otherwise, you're gonna get owned. So you just gotta know what you're doing, and you can still have fun by playing underpowered champions.
Okay, if it was okay, I just want to ask like a second part of that question.
The when I played against Chu, because the few times that I've like laned up against you, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do, and that's his advantage. He's playing Lux or Maokai, Like, I'm like, okay, it's Lux and Maokai. But then this guy completely face rolls me, and I have no idea what the hell just happened. That's good in the game, but then you have to think about what happens afterwards. I learn what he's doing and what's going to happen afterwards. So if you have a champion like, let's say, my Revive Teleport Karthus that I roll out and everyone really doesn't know what the possibilities are of, you have the advantage over everyone instantly. And that's based on your skill playing that champion over and over and over and over. And you encounter all the situations so you know what to do before they happen. That's your advantage. But as soon as you do that more and more, people are going to learn, they're going to be able to handle it and deal with it. And that's what's like great about this game is suddenly every sort of patch, things change, and then the flow sort of eventually levels out right before the next patch when everyone's playing the same stuff. They're banning the same champions. All the top players sort of know everyone. So like, okay, choose in Q. I'm going to ban Maokai. And then, stuff like that happens. But if you want to sort of have your own little advantage, play a champion as much as you can, one that favors your playstyle. All the other pros have their own single champion that they're really strong at. Mm-hmm. And that gets you to the point where you play against better players and in turn learn from them, and then you eventually spiral and get into becoming a better player yourself because you're just learning and absorbing more information.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Well said.
All right. Well, thank you, Mike, for joining us. Unfortunately, we're running low on time here. So thank you for joining us, and join us again next week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Join us next week.
Say join us one more time.
Join us again next week.
So we've had some actual, I kind of want to ask this to the chat and everybody else. We call the show Beyond the Rift, obviously, and that's what we've run with for a while. What the hell? Are you tweaking out?
No. Beyond the Rift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's streamed under Perfect Rain, which we actually run several other shows here. Like Paul does shoutcasting for ESL. We have another Beyond the Rift, the EU version.
He got picked up.
We also have Trundle Monday. Yes.
Wow. That was
he does a lot of the Polish games, and it's pretty cool. So Paul's doing great things there. But so my best guess is to maybe talk to the guys who run there, and see if we can make a Beyond the Rift stream, and then they can just kind of link the two of them together. So they just, when you go to either Beyond the Rift or Perfect Rain, it brings you to the same stream. Have to ask them, maybe they might do that. Also, we are looking for a Facebook person and possibly a website guy to help us with all of said things. So, if you do, please send your applications or message me on IRC, Skype, or perfectrain.lol. You can use the call-in Skype, or perfectrainlol@gmail.com.
Yep, so perfectrainlol@gmail.com.
So I guess we'll run through the shout-outs, and Vesca will be giving away the RP today, because he, I think, got the codes from Vaniel. If he did not, I have them here. And so, let's let...
Have you told your kids you're holding RP? Because they would tear you a new one.
Yes, they would. They would. They love
Good thing they're asleep.
My oldest son was very upset because he didn't have enough RP to buy Sejuan and her new skins. He thinks they're really awesome. So, let Vesca do that. Jester, would you like to go first?
Do I? Well, lots of videos coming. I have 15 videos, I think, I'm putting up in the next 24 hours.
Wow.
Nice.
So lots of action on the YouTube. Hit that up. Forco Jester. Already got the playlist set up for Beyond, or not Beyond. It was Chill the Rift. It's funny because every time I said Chill the Rift, I'm like, Beyond the Rift.
Yes, that's what we're going for.
It was stuck in my head.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's it really for me. Mo Weekly on Thursday, the IPL Killing Spree right after that, and I'm trying to set up something this weekend, but no confirmation on that yet.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. And want to remind you guys to get in the stream, as that is the only way you can win the stream.
They're watching the stream.
Yes. Chat in the stream. Hey, it's late. Get in the chat so you can win some RP. All right, Phantom Lord, what do you got?
As always, shout out to my fans, those guys in my community that support me and come into those community games like the one I played last night, which is absolutely hilarious. I'm going to be doing more of those, and of course, the Trying to get like every other day RP giveaways on my Facebook
Wow.
and Twitter. You can follow me there at Phantom Lord with a 0 in the Lord. But yeah, thanks for watching and tuning into my stream and just hanging out with me.
Yeah, it was good times. All right,
Chu,
what do you got? Throw us out today.
Sure. Shout out to all my stream viewers.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like,
I like that. Short and
Yeah,
sweet.
what else? All right,
Short and
very
sweet.
nice.
That's always good. Because one time we did when we were doing StarCraft stuff, we had a pro on, and we had asked him for a shout out. It took 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes later.
I swear to God, it took 5 minutes.
Yeah, we just kind of sat back and let him go. He just went. It was
when we finished, we were like, "Are you done? Okay, good. We're done. That's it. So we couldn't. Just had to stop."
All right. So what's gonna happen is someone's gonna.
So I'm gonna get the names from Vesca here. Who do we have first? Winner number 1 is
wow.
Smeaglemitz.
Smeaglemitz.
So
Smiggly Mitts.
Smiggly Mitts.
Sligmies Mitts.
Yes. You will be getting a private message from Vesca with your RP.
Yes,
and,
indeed.
Smiggle tits.
So,
yo, what's up with you today, Jester?
Smeeve said it, not me. I just said what Smeeve said. Thanks,
You're so
Smeeve. Get me in trouble.
Jitty and happy, man. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're more talkative.
He seems happy and
He's
warm.
just happy.
Wife's been force feeding me chocolate.
Oh.
Well, then we'll have to force feed you chocolate.
Yeah,
That's a secret.
Phantom, are you going to end the show today in your normal fashion with the voice?
Oh shit, yeah.
Chu, get ready for
forgot
some
about that.
entertainment.
Yes, it is. It
Oh,
is.
but Daniel's not here. I can't.
Oh, actually, I
there.
think he
He's
might
just-
be here. You just can't see him. You could imagine him.
Just
Daniel.
Daniel,
I
this
gotta
one's
change
for
it.
you, huh?
Yeah, this one's for you, Van.
So actually, I would like to go ahead, Matt. You give your shout-outs.
Yep, give my shout-outs. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Chu8, and for Phantom Lord and Jester for joining us. And I'm sorry, Vaniel, that you could not make it all the way through.
Feel better, Bo.
It happens.
There's my southern coming out, Bo.
Bo.
Yeah.
And thank you to the power company for not completely losing our power tonight.
Yes.
And my wife for making me a great dinner. And
Nice.
for me making me a great dinner. And my microwave for cooking it. It was awesome.
Okay. Yay! There's the voice.
All right.
It's Squirrel
And
Voice
now I
Phantom
am
for the end of the show.
complete.
So I will give my shout-outs while he will eventually troll me with his voice, I'm sure. I do really, really thank Chu8 for coming on such short notice since I messaged him today.
Problem.
So I hope you had fun.
And sorry for missing you last week.
Yeah. I hear Jester didn't really give you details about how to get here.
No, that was my fault. I just didn't know the time.
You threw me under the bus.
No. We're throwing mostly under the bus.
Yes. We like to throw Jester because he's easy to throw.
Yeah.
He's light.
Okay, I accept those. I accept those terms.
So I'd like to give a shout out to all the viewers. Thank you guys for being here. Please tell your friends, and like I said, anybody who wants to help us out, send me messages.
Yeah, give us a call.
We're also going to try and start running a Google Plus hangout like during the day because I work on cars all day, and when I'm doing that, I have my little headset on because working on cars sometimes can get boring as shit. And so,
and he will answer your car questions.
I can answer any car questions you might have.
They might not be the right answer, but he'll give you an answer.
My wife for, getting better and feeling better. I fix cars, and I do well.
All right, thank you for
so
joining.
Thanks for joining us, Chu. As he leaves, but that's okay. That's okay.
All right, and our second RP.
Our second RP winner is Hidden Insanity. Yes, he's actually a regular of my channel. So
awesome, Hidden Insanity. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Yay! Go!
What the?
All right.
I wonder if Vaniel turned off his speakers or he's hearing us all making these obnoxious noises.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Nice.
All right. Thank you for playing, guys.
Just say Pikachu.
Pikachu. Pika.
Nice.
Oh,
Chipmunks became a soccer announcer there.
All right,
So,
and thank you guys for joining us. And,
yes, seriously.
We'll see you again this time next week. Check out our other shows if you are.
So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Our other shows are Beyond the Rift European, Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, because I don't do this whole CET thing. It's like +1 CET, I think. Anyway.
Central?
No, like CET, like European time.
Oh.
Central European time. Also, we have Trundle Mondays started up. The first episode was last Monday.
It was
with
awesome.
Paul. It's at 3 o'clock on 3 p.m. Mondays. And so that's actually quite entertaining. Next, he's working on getting SK for next week, and I don't know what other team, so do tune into that. It can be quite interesting. Also,
and thank you, Kumi, and
yes, thank you, Kumite, for doing everything that you do with the script, etc., etc.
Yes, and thank you for Vesca for our awesome graphics and our forever happiness,
and Paul for running everything else. So check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/perfectrainarchive.
Yes,
and all you YouTube